Today we are working on a family favorite, stir fry. Hi, I'm Shauna Alvarez. I'm the executive chef here at America's Grow, and today we're in the Farm to Fork kitchen working on this month's ComMITT Kit. Stir fry is a great recipe to have in your back pocket because you can use up things that are in your fridge and you can adapt it to your family's taste. Today we're doing a veggie stir fry with carrots, celery, broccoli, and mushrooms, and we're going to flavor it with garlic, ginger, and scallions. Leftover rice is actually the preferred rice for stir fry because it doesn't get as soggy when you incorporate the sauces and the other vegetables. So this is a great way to reuse your leftovers. So when you're making stir fry, you want to add a sauce at the end to give the dish a ton of flavor. And there are lots of prepackaged sauces that you can buy that do a really good job of this. But today I've made a really basic sauce that is really adaptable to your tastes. It includes soy sauce, rice vinegar, honey, red pepper flakes, and sesame oil. And they're combined in such a way that you get some spiciness, some sweetness, and a little bit of heat. So something that is really essential for stir fry, it's actually something you should get into the habit of doing with any dish that you cook, is to prepare all your ingredients beforehand. In a professional kitchen, that's called doing your mise en place or your mise. It's a French term that means to put everything in its place. So today, for this stir fry recipe, that means that our aromatics, so our scallions, ginger, and garlic are already minced and ready to go. Our celery and carrots, they're gonna get cooked at the same time because they take a similar amount of time to cook. They're together, and then broccoli and mushrooms are ready to go as well. Our rice is already cooked and it's measured out and over to the side. And my sauce is already combined to be poured on the dish right at the end. Like I said, every dish you should be getting ready to do this, or getting used to doing this, but for stir fry you actually have to if you want to have a successful meal. You start by adding some oil to a pan that's on medium-high heat, and you want the oil to get nice and hot. So when that happens, the oil starts to shimmer and start to move around a little bit. That's how you know you're at the temperature that you want to be. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to add our ginger, garlic, and scallions. And the way stir fry kind of works is you add an ingredient, you let it cook for a couple of minutes, then you add the next ingredient, same thing, you repeat, and then in the order that it takes for them to cook. So you want to cook these, the garlic and the scallions and the ginger, just long enough so you can really smell them. The scallions are going to start wilting a little bit. You don't really want to get any color on the ginger or garlic though. And next we're going to add the carrots and celery. And the same thing, you want to cook these carrots and celery until the vegetables just start to soften. But you want to keep moving them around. You don't want to get too much color on them. You don't want to burn them. They're going to be in the pan the longest of all the vegetables. So you just kind of want to get them started. And if you don't have a pan that's big enough to have all the vegetables, you can do them in batches. So you could add your aromatics and then your carrots and celery, and then take those all out, cook your broccoli, take those all out, cook your mushrooms, and then sort of combine them together. But getting a nice big pan like this makes it a little bit easier. So a stir fry tip is when you're getting ready to add a new ingredient, you can put all the ingredients that have already been cooking for a minute all the way to the outside. That's the coolest part of the pan. It's going to slow down the cooking a little bit for those ingredients, and it's going to give the hottest part of the pan to the ingredient that you're adding. Every time you add a new ingredient, the pan cools down a few degrees, so it sort of changes the rhythm of the cooking. Add the mushrooms. So the name stir fry means you are stirring constantly while you're cooking over high heat. And that's because you don't want any one ingredient to be more cooked or less cooked. You want all of the vegetables to have a chance to get to the hottest part so that they're all pretty evenly cooked. You're not really looking to brown anything when you're making stir fry. So if you notice that there's some browning, you can just turn down the heat a little bit to make it a little bit easier. Okay, so this looks great. You can see all the steam's coming out of the mushrooms right now. Once that happens, we're going to add our rice. You can add as much rice as you want. So this is shaping up to be a more veggie stir fry than rice stir fry. It depends how many people you're trying to feed. So cook all your vegetables, and then depending on the size of your family dinner, you can add your rice. And once that is all combined, you just want to cook it through till the rice is hot, warmed through. especially if you're bringing it out of the fridge. It might take a few minutes. And we're gonna add our sauce over it. And you should hear the sauce start to bubble and sizzle. You just wanna cook it until all of the rice is coated evenly. There really shouldn't be much sauce left behind. It should just be coating all the vegetables and the rice. All right, so that was a quick and easy meal. It took me about 10 minutes from the moment I turned on the stove to add the last ingredient here. So hopefully this is something you can work into your weeknight meals. We made this as a vegetarian version today, but you can add so many types of protein to this. If you want to add a raw protein, you should do it right at the beginning. Right after you add the garlic and the scallions, then you would add your raw chicken or beef or shrimp, and you cook it quickly before starting to add the vegetables. If you want to add a cooked protein, like cooked chicken or cooked steak, you could chop it up into small pieces and add it with the cooked rice right at the end. I look forward to seeing how you use this recipe. Reach out to us, follow us on social media, and let us know if this recipe works for you. Have a great day.